നമസ്കാരം. മോക്ക് ടെസ്റ്റിൻ്റെ പുതിയ വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് തൊഴിൽവീതിയിൽ വന്ന ജൂനിയർ ലാബ് അസിസ്റ്റന്റ് എക്സാം പ്രാക്ടീസ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആണ്. ഫസ്റ്റ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ: വാർമിംഗ് ദ anticubital space or hand prior to puncture. Option A reduces blood flow. Option B increases blood flow. Option C increases heartbeat. Option D none of these. Warming the anticubital space or hand prior to puncture increases blood flow. Warming the anticubital space or hand prior to puncture increases blood flow. Capillary puncture is a poor choice for specimen collection if the patient is option A dehydrated, option B nauseated, option C comatose, option D none of these. Capillary puncture is a poor choice for specimen collection if the patient is dehydrated. Capillary puncture is a poor choice for specimen collection if the patient is dehydrated. A person who donates his or her blood to be stored and reinfused if needed during surgery is known as option A forced blood donor, option B autologous blood donor, option C professional blood donor, option D none of these. A person who donates his or her blood to be stored and reinfused if needed during surgery is known as autologous blood donor. Option B autologous blood donor. A person who donates his or her blood to be stored and reinfused if needed during surgery is known as autologous blood donor. Which of the following is not a test for ketone bodies? Option A Rotheras test, option B Lipds test, option C Gerhardt test, option D Barfoed test. Which of the following is not a test for ketone bodies? Answer option D Barfoed test. Which of the following is not a test for ketone bodies? Barfoed test. Most accurate method of detecting CSF proteins are turbidimetric method, option B colorimetric method, option C electrophoresis, option D none of these. Most accurate method of detecting CSF proteins are option C electrophoresis. Most accurate method of detecting CSF proteins are electrophoresis. Oligoclonal bands in CSF indicates option A CSF leakage, option B meningitis, option C multiple sclerosis, option D Alzheimer's. Oligoclonal bands in CSF indicates option C multiple sclerosis. Oligoclonal bands in CSF indicates multiple sclerosis. In pulmonary edema, sputum is option A viscous, option B purulent, option C frothy, option D both A and B. In pulmonary edema, sputum is frothy. In pulmonary edema, sputum is frothy. Sputum consists of option A 90% water and 10% organic components. Option B 95% water and 5% organic components. Option C 80% water and 20% organic components. Option D 85% water and 15% organic components. Sputum consists of option B 95% of water and 5% of organic components. Sputum consists of 95% water and 5% organic components. HbA1c gives information about option A glycemic control over 2 weeks, option B glycemic control over 4 weeks, option C glycemic control over 2 months, option D glycemic control over 3 months. HbA1c gives information about glycemic control over 3 months. HbA1c gives information about glycemic control over 3 months. Analyzer that is known as short turnaround time. Option A batch analyzer, option B semi-auto analyzer, Option C. Random access autoanalyzer. Option D. None of the above. Analyzer that is known as short turnaround time is random access autoanalyzer. Analyzer that is known as short turnaround time, random access autoanalyzer. Functional unit of kidney. Option A. Nephrons. Option B. Glomeruli. Option C. Renal tubules. Option D. Calyx. Functional unit of kidney is nephrons. Functional unit of kidney is nephrons. Elevated level of GGT are found in option A. Liver disease. Option B. Pancreatic disease. Option C. Chronic alcoholism. Option D. All the above. Elevated level of GGT are found in all the above. Elevated level of GGT are found in liver disease, pancreatic disease and chronic alcoholism. Major enzyme involved in digestion of lipids. Option A. Cholesterol esterase. Option B. Phospholipase A2. Option C. Pancreatic lipase. Option D. Colipase. Major enzyme involved in digestion of lipids. Answer option C. Pancreatic lipase. Major enzyme involved in digestion of lipids. Pancreatic lipase. Lipids from tissues are transported to liver by option A. CLDL. Option B. HDL. Option C. VLDL. Option D. IDL. Lipids from tissues are transported to liver by HDL. Lipids from tissues are transported to liver by HDL. Who of the following biologist known as father of microbiology? Option A. Conrad Bloch. Option B. Louis Pasteur. Option C. George Wall. Option D. Halden Keffer. Who of the following biologist known as father of microbiology? Answer is option B. Louis Pasteur. Who of the following biologist known as father of microbiology? Louis Pasteur. Bacteria having flagella all around the bacterial cell is known as option A. Monotrichate. Option B. Atrichate. Option C. Lophotrichate. Option D. Peritrichate. Bacteria having flagella all around the bacterial cell is known as peritrichate. Bacteria having flagella all around the bacterial cell is known as peritrichate. Optimum temperature for the growth of common pathogenic bacterial is option A. 35 degrees Celsius. Option B. 36 degrees Celsius. Option C. 37 degrees Celsius. Option D. 38 degrees Celsius. Optimum temperature for the growth of common pathogenic bacterial is 37 degrees Celsius. Optimum temperature for the growth of common pathogenic bacterial is 37 degrees Celsius. Culture method used for producing pure growth of bacteria for slide agglutination. Option A. Streak culture. Option B. Stroke culture. Option C. Stab culture. Option D. Lawn culture. Culture method used for producing pure growth of bacteria for slide agglutination is stroke culture. Culture method used for producing pure growth of bacteria for slide agglutination is stroke culture. The quickest method for determining bacterial motility is option A. Hanging drop method. Option B. Staining reaction. Option C. Both A and B. Option D. None of these. The quickest method for determining bacterial motility is hanging drop method. The quickest method for determining bacterial motility is hanging drop method. Primary stain used in gram staining is option A. Methylene blue. Option B. Carbol-fuchsin. Option C. Crystal violet. Option D. Malachite green. Primary stain used in gram staining is option C. Crystal violet. Primary stain used in gram staining is crystal violet. Which of the following is introduced first for tissue cutting? Option A. Vibrating microtome. Option B. Rocking microtome. Option C. Rotary microtome. Option D. Cryostat. Which of the following is introduced first for tissue cutting? Answer is option B. Rocking microtome. Rocking microtome is introduced first for tissue cutting. Automatic tissue processing machine is called option A microtome, option B cryostat, option C histokinete, option D culture counter. Automatic tissue processing machine is called histokinete. Automatic tissue processing machine is called histokinete. Autoclave is an example of which of the following method of sterilization? Option A moist heat method, option B dry heat method, option C filtration method, option D radiation method. Autoclave is an example of which of the following method of sterilization? Answer option A moist heat method. Autoclave is an example of which of the following method of sterilization? Moist heat method. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of flowers of different plants is known as option A autogamy, option B genogamy, option C xenogamy, option D none of these. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of flowers of different plants is known as xenogamy. Option C xenogamy. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of flowers of different plants is known as xenogamy. Concussion occurs during option A early prophase, option B late prophase, option C early metaphase, option D late metaphase. Concussion occurs during early metaphase. Concussion occurs during early metaphase. Concept of ecological pyramid was proposed by option A Odom, option B Tansley, option C Reiter, option D Charles Elton. Concept of ecological pyramid was proposed by option D Charles Elton. Concept of ecological pyramid was proposed by Charles Elton. Pollination carried out by bats is called cantherophily, option B melitophily, option C chiropterophily, option D myophily. Pollination carried out by bats is called option C chiropterophily. Pollination carried out by bats is called chiropterophily. If the oxygen atom is attached to a secondary carbon atom, the compound is known as option A alkane, option B aldehyde, option C alkynes, option D ketone. If the oxygen atom is attached to a secondary carbon atom, the compound is known as option D ketone. If the oxygen atom is attached to a secondary carbon atom, the compound is known as ketone. Elements of group 3 to group 12 belong to option A S block, option B P block, option C D block, option D F block. Elements of group 3 to group 12 belong to option C D block. Elements of group 3 to group 12 belongs to D block. Purple of gaseous is option A colloidal solution of starch, option B colloidal solution of silver, option C colloidal solution of gold, option D colloidal solution of platinum. Purple of gaseous is colloidal solution of gold. Purple of gaseous is colloidal solution of gold. Aldehydes and ketones from addition products with the Grignard reagent which on hydrolysis give option A alcohols, option B alkanes, option C alkynes, option D amines. Aldehydes and ketones from addition products with the Grignard reagent which on hydrolysis give alcohols. Aldehydes and ketones from addition products with the Grignard reagent which on hydrolysis give alcohol. Which of the following is not an antibiotic? Which of the following is not an antibiotic? Option A amoxicillin, option B aspirin, option C penicillin, option D ampicillin. Which of the following is not an antibiotic? Answer is option B aspirin. Aspirin is not an antibiotic. Elements of group 17 are called option A actinoids, option B halogens, option C lanthanoids, option D calogens. Elements of group 17 are called halogens. Elements of group 17 are called halogens. Any part of plant take out and grown in a test tube under sterile conditions in a special nutrient media for initiating a culture is option A callus, option B explant, option C summer clone, option D none of these. Any part of a plant taken out and grown in a test tube under sterile conditions in a special nutrient media for initiating a culture is explant. Answer is option B explant. In agarosal electrophoresis, option A DNA migrates towards negative electrode, option B larger molecules migrate faster than smaller molecules, option C ethidium bromide can be used to visualize the DNA fragments, option D pink colored bands of DNA can be visualized when gel exposed to the UV light. In agarose gel electrophoresis, ethidium bromide can be used to visualize the DNA fragments. Ethidium bromide can be used to visualize the DNA fragments. A good cloning vector should have all except origin of replication to start a replication. Option B, many recognition sites for single restriction enzyme. Option C, high copy number. Option D, selectable marker. A good cloning vector should have all except many recognition sites for single restriction enzyme. So, a good cloning vector should have origin of replication to start replication, high copy number and selectable marker. Actually, the Bt toxin protein exists as inactive protoxins, but once an insect ingests the inactive toxin, it is converted into an inactive form of toxin due to the option A acidic pH of the gut, option B alkaline pH of the gut, option C neutral pH of the gut, option D none of these. Actually, the Bt toxin protein exists as inactive protoxin, but once an insect ingests the inactive toxin, it is converted into an active form of toxin due to the alkaline pH of the gut. Due to the alkaline pH of the gut. Biological glue is option A restriction endonuclease, option B ligase, option C DNA polymerase, option D permeate. Biological glue is option B ligase. Biological glue is ligase. Which of the following characters are changed with altitude and latitude? Option A temperature and rainfall, option B vegetation, option C species diversity, option D all of the above. Which of the following characters are changed with altitude and latitude? Answer is option D all of the above. Which of the following characters are changed with altitude and latitude? Temperature and rainfall, vegetation and species diversity. The four-stroke petrol engine is based on option A diesel cycle, option B Carnot cycle, option C Otto cycle, option D Boyle cycle. The four-stroke petrol engine is based on Otto cycle. The four-stroke petrol engine is based on Otto cycle. A thermodynamic system that exchanges both energy and matter with the surrounding is known as option A open system, option B closed system, option C isolated system, option D none of these. A thermodynamic system that exchanges both energy and matter with the surrounding is known as open system. The thermodynamic system that exchanges both energy and matter with the surrounding is known as open system. Ripple on the surface of water is an example for option A longitudinal waves, option B electromagnetic waves, option C transverse waves, option D matter waves. Ripple on the surface of water is an example for transverse wave. Ripple on the surface of water is an example for transverse waves. In Doppler effect, there is a change in option A speed, option B frequency, option C intensity, option D both A and B. In Doppler effect, there is change in frequency. In Doppler effect, there is change in frequency. In a diesel engine, the high temperature needed to ignite the fuel is achieved by compressing air in the cylinder using heat from exhaust. Option C, an electric spark. Option D, none of the above. In a diesel engine, the high temperature needed to ignite the fuel is achieved by compressing air in the cylinder. Compressing air in the cylinder. In a diesel engine, the high temperature needed to ignite the fuel is achieved by compressing air in the cylinder. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? Option A, thyroxine tetany. Option B, PTH growth impaired. Option C, insulin diabetes mellitus. Option D, FSH failure of ovulation. Which of the following pair are correctly matched? Answer is option C, insulin diabetes mellitus. The correctly matched pair is insulin diabetes mellitus. Joint between atlas and axis. Option A, hinge joint. Option B, pivot joint. Option C, ball and socket joint. Option D, gliding joint. Joint between atlas and axis is pivot joint. Joint between atlas and axis is pivot joint. Which of the following RNA has structural and catalytic role in translation? Option A, mRNA. Option B, tRNA. Option C, rRNA. Option D, gRNA. Which of the following RNA has structural and catalytic role in translation? Option C, rRNA. rRNA has structural and catalytic role in translation. The change in gene frequency occurred in small population by chance is called option A, mutation, option B, genetic drift, option C, gene migration, option D, gene flow. The change in gene frequency occurred in small population by chance is called genetic drift. The change in gene frequency occurred in small population by chance is called genetic drift. Which of the following antibodies activates the B lymphocytes for further release of antibodies? Option A, IgG. Option B, IgA. Option C, IgE. Option D, IgD. Which of the following antibodies activates the B lymphocyte for further release of antibodies? Answer is option D, IgD. Which of the following antibodies activates the B lymphocytes for further release of antibodies? Answer option D, IgD. Which monosomic disorder is basically seen in female but female character is not developed properly? Option A, Turner syndrome. Option B, Klinefelter syndrome. Option C, Edwards syndrome. Option D, Jacob syndrome. Which monosomic disorder is basically seen in female but female character is not developed properly? Answer is option A, Turner syndrome. Which monosomic disorder is basically seen in female but female character is not developed properly is Turner syndrome. Which type of cells are involved in allergic response? Which type of cells are involved in allergic response? Option A, basophils. Option B, mast cells. Option C, fibroblasts. Option D, both A and B. Which type of cells are involved in allergic response? Answer is option D, both A and B. Basophils and mast cells are involved in allergic response. Which of the following ecosystem has the highest gross primary productivity? Option A, mangrove. Option B, rainforest. Option C, grassland. Option D, coral reef. Which of the following ecosystem has the highest gross primary productivity is rainforest. Which bone provides support to larynx and tongue? Option A, maxilla. Option B, frontal. Option C, hyoid. Option D, incus. Which bone provides support to larynx and tongue? Answer is option C, hyoid. Which bone provides support to larynx and tongue? Answer is hyoid. Inflammation of joint due to accumulation of uric acid crystals is called option A, osteoporosis, option B, osteomalacia, option C, gout, option D, none of these. Inflammation of joint due to accumulation of uric acid crystals is called option C, gout. Inflammation of joint due to accumulation of uric acid and crystals is called gout. Actin binding sites are found on option A, actin protein, option B, tropomyosin, option C, mycin, option D, troponin. Actin binding sites are found on mycin. Actin binding sites are found in mycin. Gastrocnemius is a muscle of option A, forelimbs, option B, thigh, option C, shank, option D, abdomen. Gastrocnemius is a muscle of shank. Gastrocnemius is a muscle of shank. Which of the following is neither reabsorbed or secreted by the tubular cells of nephron? Option A, glucose, option B, urea, option C, uric acid, option D, insulin. Which of the following is neither reabsorbed or secreted by the tubular cells of nephron? Answer is option D, insulin. Insulin neither reabsorbed or secreted by the tubular cells of nephron. Acromion process is found in option A, humerus, option B, radius, option C, ulna, option D, scapula. Acromion process is found in scapula. Acromion process is found in scapula. Most abundant element in human body. Most abundant element in human body. Option A, calcium. Option B, oxygen. Option C, sodium. Option D, nitrogen. Most abundant element in human body is oxygen. Most abundant element in human body is oxygen. The property of metals capable of being drawn into wires is known as option A, ductility, option B, malleability, option C, subtility, option D, none of these. The property of metals capable of being drawn into wires is known as option A, ductility. The property of metals capable of being drawn into wires is known as ductility. The process in which the ore of the metal is heated to high temperature in the absence or limited supply of air or oxygen. Option A, roasting. Option B, sublimation. Option C, calcination. Option D, liquefaction. The process in which the ore of the metal is heated to high temperature in the absence or limited supply of air or oxygen is calcination. Option C, calcination. The process in which the ore of the metal is heated to high temperature in the absence or limited supply of air or oxygen is calcination. Metals are good conductors because option A, they contain free electrons. Option B, the molecules in them are very close to each other. Option C, the molecules in them collide very freely. Option D, they contain reflecting surface. Metals are good conductors because they contain free electrons. They contain free electrons. Metals are good conductors because they contain free electrons. Which of the following is a monoatomic gas? Option A, oxygen. Option B, neon. Option C, nitrogen. Option D, fluorine. Which of the following is a monoatomic gas? Answer is option B, neon. Which of the following is a monoatomic gas? Neon. The rusting of iron takes place due to option A oxidation, option B carbonation, option C exfoliation, option D corrosion. The rusting of iron takes place due to, the answer is option A oxidation. The rusting of iron takes place due to oxidation. The dimension of which of the following is the same as that of impulse? Option A volume, option B momentum, option C torque, option D change in the rate of momentum. The dimension of which of the following is the same as that of impulse? The answer is momentum. The dimension of which of the following is the same as that of impulse? Answer is momentum. If the diameter of a capillary tube is double, then the rise of water in it will be option A 2 times, option B half, option C 4 times, option D no change. If the diameter of a capillary tube is double, then the rise of water in it will be half. If the diameter of a capillary tube is double, then the rise of water in it will be half. Which of the following laws invalidates the statement that matter can neither be created nor destroyed? Option A, law of conservation of energy. Option B, law of osmosis. Option C, law of conservation of mass. Option D, none of these. Which of the following law validates the statement that matter can neither be created nor destroyed? The answer is option C, law of conservation of mass. The law of conservation of mass stated that matter can neither be created nor destroyed. The branch of physics that deals with the relationship between heat and other form of energy. Option A mechanics, option B particle physics, option C thermodynamics, option D plasma physics. The branch of physics that deals with the relationship between heat and other form of energy. Answer is option C thermodynamics. The branch of physics that deals with the relationship between heat and other form of energy is thermodynamics. A periscope works on the principle of option A reflection, option B total internal reflection, option C diffraction, option D reflection. A periscope works on the principle of total internal reflection. A periscope works on the principle of total internal reflection. Identify the correct method of cleaning laboratory glassware. Option A soap water, tap water, towel drying. Option B soap water, tap water, air drying. Option C soap water, tap water, acetone wash, air drying. Option D soap water, tap water, deionized water, air drying. Identify the correct method of cleaning laboratory glassware is soap water, tap water, deionized water and air drying. Second step in biomedical waste management is option A collection, option B transport, option C segregation, option D storage. Second step in biomedical waste management is option C segregation. Second step in biomedical waste management is segregation. Apparatus used to produce iron-free water. Apparatus used to produce iron-free water. Option A deionizer, option B osmometer, option C potentiometer, option D spectrometer. Apparatus used to produce iron-free water is deionizer. Apparatus used to produce iron-free water is deionizer. Which of the following is not an accreditation agency for laboratory? Option A CAP, option B CRISIL, option C ISO, option D SRIL. Which of the following is not an accreditation agency for laboratory? Answer is option D SRIL. SRIL is not an accreditation agency for laboratory. In a calorimeter, red filter is used in option A blue solution, option B red solution, option C green solution, option D yellow solution. In a calorimeter, red filter is used in green solution. In calorimeter, red filter is used in green solution. Which of the following veins are most suitable for blood collection in adults? Option A, femoral vein. Option B, median cubital vein. Option C, cephalic vein. Option D, radial vein. Which of the following veins are most suitable for blood collection in adults? Answer is option B, median cubital vein. Which of the following veins are most suitable for blood collection in adults? Median cubital vein. Anticoagulant used for the estimation of ESR by Westergen method. Option A, trisodium citrate. Option B, heparin. Option C, EDTA. Option D, sodium fluoride. Anticoagulant used for the estimation of ESR by Westergen method. Option A, trisodium citrate. Anticoagulant used for estimation of ESR by Westergen method is trisodium citrate. Which of the following is an agranulocyte? Is option A, neutrophil, option B, eosinophil, option C, lymphocyte, option D, monocyte. Which of the following is an agranulocyte? Answer is option C, lymphocyte. Lymphocyte is an agranulocyte. Miller disc is used for counting. Option A, RBC, option B, WBC, option C, platelets, option D, reticulocytes. Miller disc is used for counting reticulocytes. Miller disc is used for counting reticulocytes. Length of Wintrop's tube is option A, 10 cm, option B, 11 cm, option C, 12 cm, option D, 13 cm. Length of Winthrop tube is 11 cm. Length of Winthrop tube is 11 cm. The Westergen tube is calibrated in millimeters from option A 0 to 200, option B 0 to 100, option C 0 to 50, option D 0 to 150. The Westergen tube is calibrated in millimeters from 0 to 200. The Westergen tube is calibrated in millimeters from 0 to 200. Advantage if automated hematology analyzer. Option A, accuracy and precision in quantitative blood tests. Option B, ability to perform multiple tests on a single platform. Option C, speed and efficient handling of large number of samples. Option D, all of the above. Advantage if automated hematology analyzer is answer option D, all of the above. Advantage if automated hematology analyzer is accuracy and precision in quantitative blood tests, ability to perform multiple tests on a single platform, and speed in efficient handling of large number of samples. All these are advantages of automated hematology analyzer. Reagent used in Smith's test for bilirubin. Option A, nitric acid. Option B, iodine. Option C, HCl. Option D, ferric chloride. Reagent used in Smith test for bilirubin is iodine. Reagent used in Smith test for bilirubin is iodine. Test used to detect urobilin in urine. Option A, Watson's test. Option B, Schwartz test. Option C, Melin's test. Option D, Schlesinger's test. Test used to detect urobilin in urine is option D, Schlesinger's test. Test used to detect urobilin in urine is Schlesinger's test. Pasley's tools indicate option A, high fat content, option B, celiac disease, option C, bile duct obstruction, option D, none of these. Pasley's tools indicate high fat content. Pasley's tools indicate high fat content. Which of the following tests is used to assess platelet function? Option A, bleeding time. Option B, prothrombin time. Option C, thrombin time. Option D, none of these. Which of the following tests is used to assess platelet function? Bleeding time. Which of the following tests is used to assess platelet function? Bleeding time. Compatibility tests include option A, donor grouping, option B, recipient grouping, option C, cross matching, option D, all of the above. Compatibility tests include all of the above. Compatibility tests include donor grouping, recipient grouping, and cross matching. All of the following are found in normal urine except option A. Urobilin, option B. Bilirubin, option C. Urobilinogen, option D. Urea. All of the following are found in normal urine except bilirubin. All of the following are found in normal urine except bilirubin. Ideal anticoagulant for blood glucose estimation. Option A. Fluoride estimation. Option B. Heparin. Option C. EDTA. Option D. Double oxalate. Ideal anticoagulant for blood glucose estimation is fluoride estimation. Ideal anticoagulant for blood glucose estimation is fluoride estimation. Normal LDL level in human body. Normal LDL level in human body. Option A less than 100. Option B less than 130. Option C 100 to 120. Option D less than 150. Normal LDL level in human body is less than 100. Normal LDL level in human body is less than 100.